gave your team a pretty long talk after Tuesday.
Well, I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
But how'd you like their response tonight, though?
Well, it was good. I mean, that's one of the best pitchers in our league, and did a really good job. Obviously, scoring 9 runs in the first 2, and then Tommy filled the strike zone up. Fees did a good job, and then it was great to see Corm out there.
Coach, the last 2 weekend series, and then including tonight, you're outscoring opponents. You have 76 runs on offense. What are you seeing from the guys at the plate? That maybe is it just them clicking, or they putting something together now that they did the first half? Or
well, I think you have a little bit more continuity in the lineup. I think you have guys that are getting more opportunities in certain situations that are comfortable in those situations, and doing a good job of playing team offense, and getting balls that they can drive. I think that's the big thing. Is extra base hits are huge in baseball. In terms of poking somebody's eye out with a bunch of singles. Sometimes when you get those extra base hits, those go big for an offense. And like I said, it's Strosnider's been good, but really, I mean, up and down the line, if you look at Jack Bell, I thought swung it extremely well tonight. A couple other guys, obviously, too, Brunson, but really throughout the lineup, Kadena hit a couple balls hard too. So, like we talked about, I think the depth of the lineup is good, and when you're playing good as a group, I don't think anybody tries to do too much. They kind of do what they need to do and just focus and get the pitch to hit, and they're not trying to do too much. And I think that's what you're seeing.
Tommy carried his velo into the 5th inning there, still touching 98 at that point. Obviously, give you 7 innings for two times in a row now. Just how much has he developed and grown over the course of this season?
Well, I think a ton. I think he believes in what he's doing. I think he's done a really good job of managing his emotions. Making sure that the negative emotions, they come, but it's a matter of not letting them linger. And I think that he's done a really good job of that. And he's been really good. He's always great when things are going good, like anybody is in his adrenaline. He comes running off the mound, but I think he's realizing what helps him and what doesn't help him, and trying to stay in a mindset of the things that do help him.
When you win by that large of a margin in game 1, how do you kind of make sure your team stays kind of in the middle between riding that high and being that low?
Well, I think that's human nature. Is say a big win, but I mean Kansas has been really good all year long, and it's 0-0. You don't get to carry them over, and they're going to be ready to go. So it was talked about, just get home, hydrate. It's going to be 85, 90 degrees tomorrow and Sunday, and making sure that we stick to the process, because the game doesn't owe you anything. And so if we show up, thinking differently, then we'll have a rude awakening fast. So, I think, as the ebbs and flows of a season go, hopefully we're trying to figure out ways in terms of showing up to the field ready to play. And you're not going to always win those games, but can you show up and play with that intent? And baseball is a weird sport, and sometimes you do that and you lose, which is fine. But we have to be really good in terms of our mindset showing up to the field every day. Because like I told them on Wednesday, they can be as good as they want to be. And I think the constant in that is the mindset of the 40 individuals that show up. And it's 0-0, and we got to get ready to play a game tomorrow.
Sawyer Strosnider, 421 average now on the season. Is it just something that natural born talent with him, or is it working through his process? And how closer is he to coming back in the outfield too?
Well, I think Coach Mo always, he'll always give it to the player, which I do think. I think they made a couple adjustments, but I think the main thing with Stroh is, again, comfortable, and feeling like he's back at Brock High School, and feeling like he's the best player on the field, and the confidence. There's two players in everybody, a confident one and an unconfident one. And how many times can we have the confident guy show up? And a lot of that is, you got to see yourself have success. And once you do, being able to prolong that. I think, again, back to this, as simple as terms as it is it's, he might swing at a pitch early in the count, but he doesn't, his at-bats aren't over at that point. That same pitch that he might have swung through early, he's able to hit it later on. So he's covering a lot of different speeds, a lot of different areas in the strike zone. And just doing a good job of, I think, being aggressive, but not kind of expanding the strike zone. He might do that early, but I think it has done a good job of shrinking that up as 2 strikes come along.
You mentioned Jack Bell already. Obviously, 3 hits tonight, the big home run, gives you great defense out there. Just how much has he come along this year?
Yeah, for sure. I think, part of it is you run guys out there, and sometimes it doesn't, sometimes, the numbers and those type of things maybe don't add up sometimes, and but he's always brought his defense, and you can hang your hat on that, and it's just a matter of time until, again, he gets comfortable and sees more pitching. It's really hard to play when you get in a game and then you're sit for 3 games and you're back in. So he's been playing a little bit more, and I think he's he's seeing the ball a lot better. And like you said, big home run, and then made, I thought, a couple really good plays at third.
Coach, you filmed the video and then he handed out coffee to students.
It seemed like they were there tonight. I didn't go out to visit the mound, which was nice.
I was gonna say,
So I didn't really ever look up there, but during the national anthem, looked up there. It's great to have, I know our guys are excited about it, having their peers in the stands, and I think there's probably a pretty big group there, and it's going to be great weather, and hopefully we get some of those guys back, and hopefully they had a really good time tonight, and we'll think about coming again.
All right, Tommy, 7 more innings of great work tonight, career high 11 strikeouts. Just talk about what was working for you out there tonight.
I think getting ahead really worked. Trying to pound the zone early. It was a race to 2 strikes all night. Just had really good feel for all 3 of them today, and was able to land them. So just got some chases on some pitches out of the zone. But just being really really aggressive early, I think, helped us a lot. The fastball up was really good, and then the chase pitches were working too. So it was just a really fun outing. Defense played unbelievably behind me. So just knowing, having those guys behind me is really helpful. Nolan Traeger did a great job of being a great backstop, keeping me calm, even the moments where you got a little sped up, game speeds up. But it was just a lot of fun.
Everybody talks about the fastball. You touched 100 with it tonight, but just how important is it to have that changeup specifically working for you?
Yeah, kind of lost it these last couple of outings. Kind of just been trying to float it in there, but Coach Lon and Coach Lewis had some good cues for me. Just working in the bullpen, a lot of catch play. It's just such an important pitch to, just be able to land it and put it in the hitter's mind. And got a lot of whiffs on it today. Just felt a lot more comfortable with it today, and I think that was a crucial part to the success that I had.
We talked last week kind of about your emotions and handling them on the mound, but back-to-back weeks now where you guys had a big lead. How do you kind of maintain staying locked in, but also being able to pitch more aggressive now that you have a big lead?
Yeah, just the offense was just unbelievable today, and they've been doing a great job of putting runs up and then going out there and playing great defense. But it makes you feel invincible when you have that big of a lead. It was just great job by them, and they kept it on them because that's a very, very talented pitcher, and I can't remember his name, but they're Friday guy. He was freshman All-American last year, having a heck of a year this year. So to be able to come out and do that against him was awesome. They've got a great approach at the plate right now, and just it's a lot of fun whenever your team's putting up runs because it just gets everyone involved, gets everyone energized, and gets to get some guys in at the back half of the game and just give them a shot, keep them hot. So it's awesome.
How do you carry this into Saturday and Sunday?
I think Collect tomorrow. He does a great job of pounding the zone. He's a super competitive guy, and I think we're very similar in mindset. So I think just hopefully he saw a good look at the hitters and kind of the game plan that we had today, and hopefully it'll probably change a little bit for him. But I think the biggest thing for him is just getting ahead, and he does that really well. So I think hopefully keep him rolling. He's had some great starts as of recent, kind of getting back into the rhythm of things, which we're all super excited for him because of how great of a dude he is.
All right, Jack, just 3 hits today, big home run, 107 off the bat. Just how are you feeling at the plate right now?
Yeah, it feels good. The Tuesday game, came back, just looking for pitches to hit. I got one early on in the count, and put a good swing on.
It was a pretty nice pimp job right there as soon as it left the bat. How did it feel?
I felt really good. I feel like it all happened so fast, and I just watched it. But like I said, it just felt really good.
When the offense is clicking like this and everybody's swinging really hot bats, just how nice is it to be in the dugout and just to have that kind of energy around the team?
Yeah, it's just like Coach Lewis says, we're relentless, and so once that clicks, I feel like we're unstoppable.
Kind of been talking about it. Your on-base percentage remains over 350, but your average just hasn't caught up. Talked to Saarloos about positive regression. How have you kind of been mentally being able to stay on that path where you're still working your great counts, working walks, but the hits just aren't falling yet?
It's baseball. I just focus on hitting the ball hard, and I feel like I do that a lot, and sometimes it doesn't go my way, but like I said, it's just baseball. It's going to even out in the end.
Is there a challenge when maybe the ball isn't falling defensively, or do you just always kind of approach defense the same way?
I approach everything the same way. Just go get it, and it's gonna go my way. So yeah.
Speaking of Coach Saarloos, like when that isn't going your way and your average isn't catching up to your MVP, how does it keep you like even and keep you calm and keep you locked in that sense?
I mean, him putting my name in the lineup gives all the confidence, for me. If he has confidence in me, I have confidence in myself. And if he puts my name in the lineup, nothing changes, and I'm going to go out and attack.
In your last 7 conference games, you all scored 76 runs against them. I mean, what are you just seeing from everyone, 1 through 9?
Main thing is nothing's changed. We have the same attack and the same approach, and so we just stick to it, and we go out there and have fun.
Is there something to swinging a little looser and being a little bit more free when a guy like Tommy is doing what he's doing on the mound?
For sure. I mean, when he hits 100, I feel like we all get up there and kind of relax a little bit, but we know his pitching is going to be awesome. Our defense is going to back him up.
All right, Sawyer, another night, 4 for 5. Been hitting the ball like crazy for the last 3-4 weeks now. Just talk about your approach, and when things are going well or when things aren't going well, how do you try and stay even keel?
I just try to slow the game down. That's really it. Put myself in good counts, swing at good pitches. When it's not going well, I'm chasing outside the zone. When it's going well, I'm hitting the pitches I like and seem to hit all the pitches.
Since you've been in the DH role, is there any different approach now from you not being out in the field throughout the whole game and trying to stay locked in?
Sometimes the DH role is kind of tough, just thinking about the last at bat every time. But once I figured out just how to lock in at the right times, it's gotten a little easier.
What's your eval of Franco out there in right field for you lately?
He's been doing good. He's been doing what we need, so picks up what I'm not doing.
I mean, the offense 1 through 9, it just continues to click. I mean, what are you seeing throughout everyone else coming up to the plate?
Just really good at bats. We're winning one pitch at a time. Just got to win pitches, and I think that's what we've been doing a really good job of.
How would you say like y'all's coaching? Because y'all are on such a hot streak. BYU is such a good series, and now y'all are put up a great game against Kansas. How would you say coaching with Saarloos and the rest of the coaching staff has really played into this?
They just give us the information we need. They just got faith in us, I think, really. It's not too much of different things, little changes here and there, but they just got confidence in us.
Tommy LaPour mentioned it. He hit 100 on that final strikeout the first inning. Was there a reaction in the dugout to that?
Oh, huge reaction, absolutely electric, like 100 miles an hour. You don't see that a lot, so he brings the energy for sure.
I asked Jack a similar question, but when he's dealing like that, just how much more confidence do you have as up at the plate that you can just kind of swing away?
Yeah, it gives you a lot more confidence. Not being down runs is a lot easier to play with, so that's really it.
You and Carson Bowen. Carson's your leadoff now. Is there any kind of that you two switching places on the triple? Or is there any comment about maybe you reaching third base a little bit faster than you did?
No, but I think he knows. I think a lot of people know. But that was big time for a triple for him.
How important was that to get off to a start like that in the first?
When you get at him like that, they kind of take a step back. So that was really huge.